Hold up. Hold up real quick. I should have been situated, but hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Yeah. He go by top. Yo, what's good with it, y'all? How my people doing, man? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this wonderful night? This wonderful night. I hope y'all learned something today. Please tell me that y'all learned something new. Y'all walked away with something. You feel me? Y'all know how to, like, if you ever traded shoes or some shit and then you go home and tell your niggas and shit, you be like, you got wax. And you be like, I walked away with something. Did you walk away with something today? You feel me? With something? Did you walk away with something today? Hey, boy, hey, I tell you right now, boy, that motherfucking market going crazy right now. Let me show y'all this. It's that market structure. You feel me? See, them real traders out there, I don't think they really know. You feel me? Not the real traders, but them pump faking traders. You know, they say they traders, but they don't hustle day and night, sleepless nights. It be cold nights. Look, now I can't think, right? I was trying to rap and shit, but, you know, it take time, like, you feel me? When you learning something, it take time. But I say focus on learning it instead of focusing on the money because the money gonna come once I learn this shit real good. And I'ma snatch hundreds of thousands out this damn market. Guarantee you. You feel me? So it's like, don't be in a rush to learn it. Take your time so you can understand the shit. That's what I'm doing. Shit, I don't see why y'all wouldn't do it. But this shit take time. But I'm about to chart after I get done reading. Because the market failed today, bro. Feel me? Break a structure. Higher high, higher low, lower high, lower high, lower low. It could go to 130. This 130 level, my key level, my support level. Because you see this 130 got 2 touches on here already. So that was a double bottom. You feel me? 1 touch here. Came up. 1 touch here. Bitch shot to the races. That's a double bottom right there. You feel me? We got a double top at the 36 level, 136 level, double top, came up, came down, came up, that bitch fell down. That's a double top. So this is a resistance level, but look, Amazon came back under this resistance level and closed. So look, it might can damn near go to 130. For real. It could go to 130 because sellers got it closed below this 136 level, which is a resistance. You feel me? It is a support level also because it broke, because old resistance becomes to new support. Because look, came, touched this level twice, came down, came up, came down, came up, started. It started, trending on this 130 level, 136 level. We got touches it too. Anyway, we're not even on technical analysis today. We on economics 101. You already know how this shit go, man. Y'all ain't getting this shit nowhere else. Put somebody in the chat and let me know where y'all getting this shit at. Come on now. And breaking it down to where we can both understand it. You feel me? It's all about understanding when you read some new shit. You feel me? We be trying to read fast. I'll be trying to read fast as shit. But I'll be telling myself, like, bruh, you ain't gonna learn it by doing this, by reading like this. You gotta take your time. Now I had to tell myself, like, bruh, you feel me? Like, this is something new that you learning. You feel me? And if you really want to learn it, you will take your time learning it. You feel me? So let's get into it though. Yesterday was a good day talking about economics, because if you wasn't on this live yesterday, I'll be mad. But luckily, I posted it. You feel me? Because we found out that these companies don't give a fuck about us, right? But we still give them money. Hey, when the females be calling me handsome, I'll be like, you damn right. You ever look at yourself and just be like, damn, that motherfucker right there pressure. Now, I be saying that to myself, though. Like, I don't say it about no other dude. That's weird. But, like, you just be like, damn, if I ever walk past you, I'm running. No, wait. That didn't come off right. Anyways, if y'all was on here yesterday, bro, y'all know that these businesses don't give a fuck about us, but yet we still work hard and give them our money. Come on now. That's weird. That's like your friend talking about you, that you still giving him money. That's weird. But y'all know the definition of real, though. I don't think people know the definition of real because they never seen it. They just know the definition of showing good impressions until they fuck up. That's what it is. You feel me? Because how is it real if you supporting somebody that don't even care about you? I don't think that's real. But when you feel me, our people we know, they come out with some shit. It's hard for you to support. You hesitate to support. It's like, damn, that's fucked up. You feel me? That's really fucked up. But yet we spending bands a day at these corporations, these buying their product and service. Not saying like we can't buy products and services, right? But it's like they don't fuck with us. So why would I support them? Why can't I make my own clothing? Why can't I make my own cups? Why can't I come out with my own products and service? Right? But we don't want to. So it's like, that's not real. That's fake. You feel me? Because it said, we was reading yesterday, Mr. Soul said, we're going to go back to it, because if you don't believe me, you feel me? You got to be receptive when you come into my life. Hold up. I don't got work tomorrow either, so I'm about to be up all night studying and reading. All right, I found it. Yeah, you got to be open-minded, bro, when you come to my live and just hear what I'm saying, because you feel me? What I'll be talking about is either from a learned experience or from a learned experience or um, through understanding with carrying my perspective of it. You feel me? So I don't just be talking just to talk, cause there was one day where like I would say I want to do this and this and this and this and this. Like I would say all these things and talk about it, but I wouldn't do it. Like what like 2 years ago, you feel me? 2021, even going back, I say I do it but don't do it. And I just got tired of it. I'm like, bruh, why do I keep speaking and I'm not doing no action? Like, what's up with that? That was definitely an answer that I had to dig deep to find. You feel me? And of course, we all have unconscious fears, so that plays a big role in why we don't do something when we say we're gonna do it. Because we think we don't have enough of something. We think we can't do it. We try to be perfect when we first started. Like all these things add up to why we actually don't do it. And they say the worst things is procrastination and indecision, right? They say that's the worst two things to ever do. That's like mixing oil with that's like that's like putting fire fluid on the fire. Like it's gonna be chaotic as fuck. So we gotta work on. And I'm saying we because it's all of us that's working. We gotta work on our characteristics, our habits. Because if we got unconscious fears and if we got indecision and procrastination, them three things is gonna cause us to go to hell. Not like how the hell y'all be talking about. Wait, like bro, just forget that part. It's gonna cause us to destruct, and we not gonna get nowhere. We gonna look up, and it's 2055, and we still doing the same shit because we didn't decide what we wanted to do and then act on it. And that's scary to me, bro. Like I don't want to look up like long term and be like, damn, bro, I didn't do what I said I wanted to do. Like, bro, that's scary. Like, that's like spooky Halloween type scary. You feel me? And like, that's why I do what I do every day because I take action now. I don't just talk. Like, everything that I talk about to my people, I do it. And, people see that. And it's not even about people seeing that. It just, I don't think they seen a person um, ever try to chase their dream, if that makes sense. Like, just the way I move now, it's like people notice it, and people say they things and shit. But I just think it's because they never seen nobody chase their dreams, so it's um they don't understand it. They can't understand it. They're incompetent of it. They don't understand why they do what they do, why they think, why they talk the way they talk, why they work the way they work. They don't understand these things because they probably never been around people that actually chase their dream. So it's confusing to them. But one thing I've learned this year is that don't let nobody change your vision, cause it can grab you in. When they say they decision, it can be like, damn, should I actually do this? Cause they like that's scary, bro. Like, cause your mind, like we don't understand our mind fully yet. At least me. And it's like when you got a vision and then you tell people about it, and then days later, you know, they try to put their vision on you, and that's scary because now you thinking like, damn, bro, should I stop what I'm doing and come over here? Like that's scary as fuck because it happened to me. You feel me? And like I ain't gonna lie, like I definitely ask older people around me. Like I would speak to them about what's going on because of course older people got way more wisdom than me. You feel me? But I asked them, and they all said the same thing. They say, "Do what you want to do," and that stuck with me like real shit because, like I said, that shit happened to me, bruh. Like you will have a vision and you will tell somebody, and then like I said, days later they'll come at you, try to throw their vision on you, and they got you questioning shit. You do your vision and go with their vision, but like I said, what I've learned is stick to your shit, bro, no matter what, because people won't understand why you do what you do. And they're gonna judge you from the outside appearance. And that's why I had to go seek answers, you feel me, to understand like the real answer, like to get an answer, I should say. Like that's why I said I went to older people and asked them. They, like I said, they all said the same thing, saying do what you gotta do what you do what you love to do. Like, and it's all about you at the end of the day. Cause if you stop your vision and you go chase their vision, what if their vision leads you down the road to where your vision led you up the road? Then now you don't fuck with yourself because you stopped what you seen in your eye, in your mind's eye, and went with them, and you didn't even see what they had. They only seen it because only, you feel me, God put it in their eyes to see it. You feel me? And shit, we don't know what other people's vision look like until it's like, no, let me not say that. We don't see what other people's visions are like until we see it physically, right? Mentally, we can't see it because we don't share the same minds. We might think alike, but we don't share the same mind, so we don't understand what their vision is. So I'm saying this all to say, bruh, stick to your script, because it happened to me a lot of times. I question my vision of what I seen, and I'm like, bruh, and then I hear other people, around me, you feel me, they try to put their shit on me, and it's like, and I would question myself. I'll be like, am I, what I'm doing, should I stop? But like, bruh, the answer's been in my face the whole time. Like I said, I don't know what the next 20 years would be like, but I know what the next 5 years will be like as far as planning, you feel me, and executing on what I plan to do within these 5 years, you feel me. And like I said, I'm building my foundation now so I could build up, because we can't build up and come down. There's no foundation. The builder's gonna fall. The foundation upside down, and like, you feel me, it shouldn't be like that. So I'm saying this to say, y'all, bro, stick to your vision no matter what. Because another thing I learned is niggas, they, like, people don't, how can I say this? People, that's going back to what I said. People don't understand why you do what you do. And it's okay for you to, it's okay if they don't understand. You don't need to explain yourself to everybody. If you say you don't want to do something, they be like, why? You don't have to explain why, because obviously you made the decision to not do it. You don't have to explain why. You feel me? And I've learned that a lot of people come with the why. Why you don't want to do it? Why you don't want to? Because I don't want to go. Like, it's no explanation to that. It's just, I don't want to go. But if you feel like explaining, now they're going to try to force you to come. You feel me? And y'all going to be going at it. You feel me? So it's like, not even come to places. It's just in general. And you feel me? I'm in general speaking. You feel me? So you ain't gotta explain nothing to nobody, and you gotta stick to your vision, right? Because it's easy to get pulled into somewhere else because you think it's smart because now you seeing them do it. But as long as you stick to your script, bro, you gonna be straight and happy. You feel me? Because that's all that matter. We try to do things for other people because obviously it's something, that we wanted. So now we do that, right? So stick to your shit, bro. Don't, you feel me? Don't stop doing what you're doing because nobody's telling you to stop but you. And why would you tell yourself to stop doing something that you think is for your best interest? Because we don't know if we doing this right or wrong. We don't know that, but it's not getting us hurt. You feel me? So, and I'm not even trying to think like that, but I'm saying, like, I'm speaking in general terms. Like, it's not harming you in no way. You feel me? So, do what you do. Period, point blank. There's no explanation around that. You feel me? Like, you got to. Like I said, there's no right or wrong, but go with what you think and then make a plan for it. And my phone charged so I could talk a little. But we about to read though. Y'all know I'll be having to say my little shit, and then read. Just to give y'all some food for thought. You feel me? Because we don't know what's right or wrong. All we know is, all we know is that we're going to get the experience, and then, it's decision, then consequence. You make the decision, and then you get the aftermath of the decision. So if we don't know what right or wrong is, we got to make the decision to do what we're going to do, and then as a result, we're going to get the aftermath of doing what we did. You feel me? I was trying to come up with an analogy, but it didn't come to my head. But the moral of this little 20-minute TED talk, do what you gotta do. Like, for real. You got to. Because, nigga, ain't nobody gonna do it for you, bruh. Literally. Like, people think shit, shit is gonna come to you, but you gotta be the right person to accept it, if that makes sense. You know the saying, you gotta be at the right place at the right time. You got to be the right person in the right place at the right time. Because if you at the right place and you don't got the right mindset, the right place don't even matter. You feel me? So it just, you got to be that right person to accept whatever, whoever you believe in or whatever you believe in is trying to give you something. You feel me? But you got to have the right understanding to accept it. Because if you don't have understanding to accept whatever's trying to come to you, then you don't know what it is to grab and go. You feel me? So I feel like that's why you gotta. I be telling niggas, bro, like you gotta learn something, and yeah, cause it's like it's like, bruh, it's no time to. It's I would tell motherfuckers that's young, not even young, like not even 15, 16, like not that, but like around my age, like I always say 19 because 19 I feel like I figured it out of what I wanted to do. I didn't figure out what I wanted to do, but if 2021 didn't happen, I wouldn't know what I wanted to do. But I say 19 because that's where it started, right? But I said 2019. No, I said at 19. At 19 that's where it started. But from 19 to up, like bruh, I would tell y'all learn some shit. Even 18, because some parents, you know, kick their kids out, give them a credit card, call it a day. But it's like we go out in this world and don't know shit, and then we get tricked on, we get played, we get stripped. You feel me? Like we don't know what to do. We going off unknowingly, but which is also beneficial to us because we get that experience of going out unknowingly, but like at least with some standards or some morals, like at least leave the house with something. You feel me? I gotta take something before I leave. You feel? But I'm just saying, like we gotta learn some shit and we gotta read, cause everything is in these books, bro. Everything that we go through, these books been through, but these books are just giving us guidance on how to understand what we're finna go through. Cause we all got problems. We all got the same problems. Some do, some don't. But some people dealt with the problems because they fixed their mindset. Some people let the problem deal with them. You feel me? So it's like that's why I be preaching y'all. Read. It's boring as hell, bro, but like it's beneficial. We like entertainment because it got sugar in it, but we don't like reading because it got salt in it. You feel me? So it's like reading is imperative, bro. Like it helps you expand your thinking because we place the littlest barriers on our mind just because we don't know shit. And it's like our mind can go like here and it stops. It can't go up here. It just go from here to here. You either gonna think down or you gonna think to your limit. You damn near saluting. You feel me? But if you get knowledge, you get to think up and about. But it's like if you don't learn nothing, bro, it's like you gonna get the same result of whatever it is that you do. And I don't be telling motherfuckers. See, I don't just tell motherfuckers just to read. Like I've done it, so that's why I'm telling y'all because I know what it do. I know what it is gonna do, and I know what it will do. right? You know, I'm not a person that don't do what I say I do and tell other people to do it. You feel me? Like that's backwards. That's like saying, uh, jump in that 10-foot pool. You encourage them to do it, and you ask them, "Have you did it?" And they be like, "No." What the fuck, nigga? How you about to jump in there then? What you mean? That's like with the book shit. Like, do you read books? Oh yeah, you feel me? But you will understand if you. I won't even say you will understand. You can still understand and relate. But like, if you knew me, like you would be like, "Damn, bruh, what the fuck? You read books?" Because a lot of people do that. They be like, "What the fuck, bro? You read books? What the fuck you reading for?" But they don't know, like, they don't know what this shit do, bruh. Cause we grew up with reading, but like, I look at it like this, bruh. If there's an option to change, I'm gonna change. You know, like we got options. You feel me? And it's like, if I got an option to do better, and if I know what right and wrong is, why would I do wrong if I know what right is? You feel me? It's kind of like that. So if you got an option to change, why not go that route? Because if I don't go that route, you already know what it's gonna be. You feel me? I wanna live good as fuck. Like, and y'all might be like, what do you mean by good? I wanna live to a point where there's no worry, stress. You know, it's not getting up every day trying to do this because if you don't, something gonna happen. I can get up knowing that what I did and sacrifice, it's like, oh my fucking God, like, God damn, I did this shit. You feel me? Like, I not saying you chilling, but like you get to do what you love to do instead of doing what you don't want to do. So it's like, man, in the process, like it's fun. Like meaning like when you know what you want to do and you in the process of doing it, it's like, damn. So if you look at it like this, it just popped in my mind. Nah, yeah. Like I said, the process is what builds us. It get because you know when you in the process of something, you got to be disciplined. You got to have all these characteristics to thrive in this process of whatever you is trying to do. You gotta, damn, I can talk a lot. God damn, like I have a lot to say. Nah, that is funny. I just caught myself like, bro, you been talking for 28 minutes. No. Let me drink my water. Hey, just know, nigga. Y'all, just know. Find something you want to do and do that shit. Moral of the story. You feel me? Hold up real quick. Y'all niggas got me on this bitch talking. My bad. But we about to get into this shit though. I'm gonna read to like, since it's gonna be out, I'm gonna read to like 126. Let me make sure I can hear y'all because I swiped out a little bit. Fuck. We about to read some Thomas Sowell. I don't hoping I say his last name right. Sowell. Let me make sure I can hear myself. You damn near need an oxygen tank when you read, bro, cause this shit be. This a thick ass book. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't read a thick book since last year, and it took me. You know what's crazy, y'all? I started reading that thick book around this time that I'm reading this thick book. That's crazy. I started in September. What? I started that in September too. Cause on the book, cause look, when I used to valet, y'all, this how I got a lot of people into reading. I can hear it. Cause look, when I used to valet, like I used to bring my book every day. Ask anybody I used to valet with. Every day you would see me with my book. I was like, that's crazy, bro. Looking back at this shit, bro, a nigga was a nigga really read. And I'm still not saying like read. A nigga read for real. Like, but anyways, back to the story. I used to bring my book every day to work, bro. 'Cause I used to valet. And bro, like, um, bro, I lost my damn thought. Well, why did I bring that up? I was talking about the. Okay, I read the last time. All right. Nah, but a nigga used to bring they book to work every day. And you feel me? So when I said I read that big book, my first big book ever, I remember a lady, her and her husband came up to me, and I told them what I'm doing. You feel me about the stock market and all of this. It was like my father owns $1 million broker's company. I'll give you his number so y'all can contact each other. I was like, for real? Nigga, I was cheating. She wrote her number on the paper and everything. You know, I contact them and all the good shit. You feel me? But I'm saying to say that big book happened in September, and it's September now. That's crazy. But yeah, nigga used to bring that book to work every day. And that's how I got a lot of people reading, because they seen me doing it. Like, I see way more. Bro, I swear to God, when I first came, I did not see nobody bring a book to work. I swear to God. On everything. You can ask the manager. Because the manager used to tell the customers, he's my little finance guy. Because I used to bring a lot of finance books. You feel me? And then, next thing you know, niggas would come to me talking about, I got this book. I'm like, bro, that is what's up. Like seeing them niggas do that made me smile, bro. Cause like it just go to show that I was leading in a good manner to let them know like, hey, this is where it's at. Like, and ask them, bro. They fuck with it. Some of them be telling me like, I'll be reading my book day by day. Some of them be telling me I just finished my book. I'm on this. I'm like, and I used to tell them all the time, like, I'll be like, bro, that's what's up. Keep going. I tell them that all the time, bro. I'll be like, bro, keep reading, bro. Keep reading. That's all I said at work. You feel me? I remember one day, hey, I swear to God, I was in deep with this shit, nigga. I remember one day, this one nigga from Atlanta, he was cool as fuck. I don't want to say his name because I don't know. But like, he was cool peoples though. You feel me? He from Atlanta. You feel me? I think he moved back, but the nigga was cool. You feel me? Cool people and shit. And I remember the first day I met him, I said, "You read?" I thought to myself, should I have said that? He was like, nah, I don't do it. Then I ain't really bringing up after that because like, you feel me? He ain't read, so but I would, you feel me, tell him a little bit like, hey, you should start reading that shit. I think that's what I told him too. But yeah, I remember that shit, bruh. That was 2022. I started valeting in March of 2022. Oh boy, valets where it's at. Money, them tips. You feel me? I miss that shit, bro. That was the best. That was a great experience. Like I could say 2022 was 2016 for me, money wise, and like just I had knowledge too. I was reading. I was going crazy that year reading. I'm not saying I stopped going crazy, but like 2022, I was in my bag. I invested in the stock market. Like all my money went to the stock market, and bruh, that was worth it. That was so worth it, bruh. I promise you. And it's like, hey, I love this shit, cause like the journey is fun. You feel me? But when we get to the we think it's a destination, but it really was a journey the whole time. You feel me? But like, hey, keep walking, nigga, cause hey, I'm having fun. You feel me? I'm having fun with it. I ain't gonna be stressing, cause it's like, why am I stressing? You feel me? Cause as long as I know what I want, I'ma get it. Cause I know ain't nobody ever gonna get it. It's my desire, and it's nobody else's desire. So You feel me? I'm gonna walk and go get it, right? Or do what I have to do to get it. So, hey, 2022 was that year. 2022. Alright, we done talking, cuz. Alright, so yesterday, bruh, I took some notes, cause remember I told you I got an economic book. So I took some notes so I can, catch y'all up if y'all, just in case y'all didn't watch it. You feel me? But we just gonna recover. I think it's I think it's called recover. No, we just gonna go over what we've learned so far. So some of y'all might say, what is economics? Economics is the study of resources. Y'all might say, wait, no, wait, back. What is economics? You might say, economics is the study of scarce resources. Did I say that? I don't know, but that's what economics is. It's the study of scarce resources. It might be like, what's scarce? Scarcity, right? Scarce and scarcity is the same thing. Scarcity is what everybody wants adds up to more than what is. So that's like, if a pair of Jordans come out and it's 50 pair and there's 1,000 people in line, that's scarcity because it's more people than what it is, right? And we spoke about road prices, and y'all might be like, what is the role of prices? Because that's what we read. It's to provide financial incentives to affect behavior in the use of resources and their resulting products. And I took some notes right here. It says when economists analyze, it's from a standpoint of how decisions in various parts of the economy affect the allocation of the scarce resources in a way that raises or lowers the material standard of living of the people as a whole. It says economics is a systematic study in cause and effects, showing what happens when you do specific things in specific ways. So economics is a systematic study. And remember we were talking about the systematic thing, how everything is literally a system. You wake up, you brush your teeth. That's a system. You wake up, brush your teeth, put your work clothes on, go to work. That's a system. They got a system for profit. They got a system for debt. What system are you in? What system are you gonna create? Because everything is a system, right? It's like, think of it like a game. What game are you gonna use? The one with the fan that's blowing loud as fuck, or the one that's brand new out the box? What system is you gonna play, right? So that's what we covered. So we about to get into this. It's 12:35. We're gonna read to 1:35. As long as we keep learning something every day. But we were talking about the companies and shit because we found out. I'm gonna reread it. I'm gonna quote it. It say, in a market economy, the prices of surplus goods will fall automatically by supply and demand. So we figured out that if something is abundant in a country, it's gonna be cheaper, right? But if it's non-existent in one country, the country with the non-existent product, they're gonna pay more, right, for that product in the abundant country, right? But if it's abundant somewhere, it's gonna be less because it's so much of it. That's like if everybody knew how to make gold, gold wouldn't be valuable. But gold is so valuable because less people have it, right? Ooh, I'm talking spicy. God damn, look at me. Ooh, somebody cool me off, man. I'm hot. Shit, I'm talking. Okay, so it says in a market economy, the prices of surplus goods will fall automatically by supply and demand. It says while the prices of goods in short supply will rise automatically for the same reason. So why would prices of goods in short supply rise automatically? Because there's less of it. And it says the net result being a shifting of resources from the former to the latter. Again, automatically. It says as producers seek to gain profits and avoid losses. That's their whole intention, is to get profit from you. They don't care about you, none of that. Because it says right here, hold up. It says, although the producers are only looking out for themselves and their company's bottom line. So they not doing shit in your favor. And that's why I went back to the friend shit, because it's like, if your friend do some snake shit, you stop being cool with him. You stop doing whatever with him. But you supporting you supporting a company that don't give a fuck about you. And what you doing is worse than with your friend, because now you giving your hard earning money to these people that don't give no, that don't give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fucks about you. You feel me? So like that's why I said like some people are getting confused on what's being real. I'm not saying it's cool to, do what you do with your niggas and shit, but I'm saying as an example, like, what's the difference? You supporting somebody and you giving them the money and you giving them your money, and it says they don't even fuck with you, right? These companies don't give a fuck about you. You might be like, I don't give a fuck. I fuck with their brand. Why are you buying something from somebody that they made and you supporting? That's supporting them. Let's look up the definition of support. Cause it seemed like you don't care, but like, yeah, you only care about their product. Why would I support? That's supporting somebody. You feel me? So we about to look up legal definition. You got to make sure that, cause you got to understand that some words you got to look at legally. When you type in a word of what does them mean, you got to look up the legal definition of it, not this them, cause they're gonna give you a whole different definition. I just gave y'all some game, but legal definition of support. And some of y'all might be like, it's the same word, even if I don't put, no, it's not. To promote the interest or cause of, to uphold or defend as valid or right, to argue or vote, to provide with substation or, I don't know that word. What's the full meaning of support? To help someone or help something in an emotional or practical way. So you're helping them, right? You're supporting them. And y'all talking about, oh, I only like them for their brand. If a motherfucker say they don't fuck with me and they don't care about me, bro, I'm not about to buy their product. What? That's my hard earning money to somebody that don't give a fuck about me. Y'all might as well just give me all y'all money. Shit, I'll take it and do something with it. You feel me? I don't give a fuck. You feel me? So just give me all y'all money. Since y'all supporting niggas that don't even give a fuck about y'all. I'd rather support you feel me, a business that you know is at least caring or something, or show some appreciation for their customers. But these motherfuckers, these corporate motherfuckers, bro, they don't give a fuck about us. They just give a fuck about our money. But it's gonna be some of y'all in the comments that cause I said it's a system of everything. It's a system of haters and it's a system of supporters. The haters gonna call they hater friends and be like, hey bro, he just dropped, bro. Let's come on, let's set up tent. You feel me? We gotta camp out because he about to post and we need to get ready to talk shit. But you got good people that support and call they supporters and be like, hey yo, he's about to post. You feel me? Let's set up shop and let's start saying positive things in these comments. So it's a system of everything. So you know, and it's okay if people hate. They probably not doing what they want to do, so they just gotta find something to do. To stimulate their mind or some shit. But like, it's like you just gotta understand what the hell is going on in this world. You feel me? Some people do, some people don't. But be with the people that do. But we about to get into this because that's what we talked about yesterday. So we're talking about prices and costs. Hold on, let me get my pens. My motherfucking leg itching. I'm not gonna say I got a busy day tomorrow, but like, cause I got it planned out. You feel me? So it's not a busy day tomorrow, but I got a productive day. But they say being productive is not. I don't know what they said. I don't want to mess it up. But I got a good day tomorrow. Every day a good day, but like it's an active day. I'm not just sitting around. Not saying I always sit around, but like, you know, y'all get it. So we talking about prices and costs. So remember that as I'm reading through this whole book, prices and costs is what we talking about. Right? Let me clean my camera. Hey, every live I get on, I talk just good shit, bro. I ain't getting this shit nowhere else. don't give a fuck what y'all say. I can, nigga, you feel me? Prove me wrong. You feel me? Prove me wrong. But yeah, that's what we talking about. Prices and costs right now. You feel me? So we about to get into it, and you feel me? Like I said, when y'all reading, bro, don't rush because the whole point of reading is to understand what is going on, right? And if you don't know a word, it's Googleable. Go in your book, like I always say every live, bro. Go in your Google, type it in, then go in the back of your book and write it down so you can expand your vocab. Cause that's how I did it. Right, I just gave y'all a game. We don't gotta rush to read. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be pausing a lot, but I'm gonna pause when I know something needs to be paused. Wait, pause. Say that. All right, let's get into it. Was I procrastinating? Nah, I wasn't. I promise you I wasn't. I was just talking good shit. It says, so we talking about prices and costs. What y'all finna do though today? It's like, now let's get into it. We talking about prices and costs. It says prices in a market economy are not simply numbers plucked out of the air or I don't know this word. Like when I see a word I don't know, I like damn near just stop and freeze because I'll be like, words like who the fuck came up with words? Who the fuck just came up with something to throw them together? This is what it means. Arbitration, okay. Arbitration. Oh shit, I did know it. Arbitrationally. Oh, I did know it. I don't know, like when I see it on the book and then I type it in on Google, I'll be like, oh, this word. I don't know where that like arbitrationally. Arbitrarily. Oh, never mind. I didn't know it. Arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. So what does arbitrarily mean? In a way that is based on chance rather than being planned or based on reason. We made the decision to go to Italy quite arbitrarily. So we made the decision to go to Italy based on chance. Because remember, when y'all looking up definitions, find a definition that sits with you, not with nobody else. So when you read this book, you be like, oh, it's this. Put it in a meaning where you understand it, not where nobody else understand it. Even if it's the simplest word, and you be like, I can remember this. Say that, because that's how I do it. I'm not about to find no big ass definition, and I forget what arbitrarily means. Arbitrarily, whatever the fuck you said. Just know, I'm finding it. Arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. So, I found a word that I know. Hold up. Arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. And I do say it a lot of times so I can like say it right. Arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. So a definition that came up means irrational because irrational is like easy for me to remember because I know what irrational means. Irrational. So arbitrarily, it says prices in a market economy are not simply numbers plucked out of thin air or set arbitrarily. Wait, I'm gonna reread that. It says prices in a market economy are not simply numbers plucked out of the air or arbitrarily set by sellers. So what they're saying is prices come from somewhere. They don't just come out of nowhere arbitrarily. Ooh, look at me. Okay, Tay. Prices in a market economy are not simply numbers plucked out of the air or arbitrarily set by sellers. Sellers meaning the people that sold you it. So the prices aren't set by sellers. It says, while you may put whatever price you wish on goods or services you provide, those prices will become economic realities only if others are willing to pay them. And that depends not on whatever prices you have chosen, but how much consumers want what you offer, and on what prices other producers charge for the same goods or services. Mmm. I gotta put my knee up for this. I got on short, y'all. I promise y'all. Fucking leg. My bro, what the fuck? Okay, he talking shit right now. Okay, Thomas. So that's what that is, and I think y'all understood that. So y'all don't need to no fuck that, cause that was good. Now we know that that's important. I'm gonna reread that so y'all can understand. Prices in a market economy are not simply numbers plucked out of the air or arbitrarily set by sellers. While you may put whatever price you wish on the goods or services you provide, those prices will become economic realities only if others are willing to pay them. So let's underline that. Those prices will become economic realities only if others are willing to pay them. And that depends not on whatever prices you have chosen. Let me circle that. But on how much consumers want what you offer. Ooh. And on what other producers charge for the same goods or services, right? It says even if you produce something that will be worth $100 to a customer and offer it for sale at 80, that customer will still not buy it from you if another producer offers the same thing for 70. Okay. It says obvious as all this may seem, its implications are not at all obvious to some people. So what does he mean by their implications? If y'all don't know a word, Google it. That's why Google is here. And you can invest in Google stock too. Look at me promoting their stock. You can also invest in Google stock because I look at investing as what you consume. And if I'm, or not even consume, yeah, consume or you. So if I'm using Google and it's benefiting me because now I know a word, I'm going to invest in them because they're solving a problem that I have. Not saying I have a problem, but it's solving a human thing. That makes sense. Implication. So implication. The conclusion that can be drawn from something, although it is not explicitly stated. So let me find an easy definition that I can understand. What do you mean, implication? Implication is a noun that refers to the act of implying, suggesting something without saying it. Okay. I've heard of implication and all that, but like I didn't know what it meant, right? But I'm forever a student. I don't think I know everything. I'm ready to learn. I'm gonna reread it again. It say if you produce something that will be worth $100 to a customer, right, and offer it for sale at $80, that customer will still not buy it from you. If another producer offers the same thing for $70, right? Right. So it says, obvious as all this may seem, its suggestions are not obvious to some people. That's what um implication means, suggested, right? Those who blame high prices on greed, for example, for that implies that a seller can set prices at will and make the sales at those arbitrary prices. Arbitrary means irrational, right? Because that's what we just looked up. But we seen wait, let me make sure. we gotta make sure everything is, you feel me, on point so we can understand what is being said. Because now when we go to sleep, we can think about what we just learned.
Arbitrary.
Is that the same word as this? It is. So, okay, I'm going to read that. It's a, obvious as all this may seem, its implications are not at all obvious to some people. Those who blame high prices on greed, for example, for that implies that a seller can set prices at will and make sales at those arbitrary prices, right? For example, a front page newspaper story in the Arizona Republic began. Greed drove metropolitan Phoenix home prices and sales to new records in I'm about to say in 2005. Fear is driving the market this year. It says this implies that lower prices meant less greed. Wait, what does that mean? Let me try to understand what it just said. This implies that lower prices meant less greed. Lower prices meant less greed. Rather than change circumstances that reduce the seller's ability to charge the same price as before and still make sales. The changed circumstances in this case that included the fact that homes for sale in Phoenix remained on the market longer before being sold than during the year before, and the fact that home builders were struggling to sell even deeply discounted new homes. There was not the slightest indication that sellers were any less interested in getting as much money as they could for the houses they sold. That is, that they were any less greedy. Competition in the market is what limits how much anyone can charge and still make sales. So what is at issue is not anyone's disposition, whether greedy or not, but what the circumstances of the market cause to happen. A seller's feelings, whether greedy or not, tells us nothing about what the buyer will be willing to pay. Right? That's what we read. Let me reread this again so I can understand this and so you can understand it. It says competition in the market is what limits how much anyone can charge and still make sales. Competition in the market is what limits how much anyone can charge. Okay, that makes sense. So competition is stopping. No, I don't want to say stop. From my understanding is what I'm reading. Competition in the market is what limits how much anyone can charge. Okay, let's understand this. Cause if you look at it, how can I say this without confusing me and you? Competition is what limits how much anyone can charge and still make sales. So what is at issue is not anyone's disposition, whether greedy or not, but what the circumstances of the market cause to happen. Competition in the market is what limits how much anyone can charge. So competition is doing that, right? So now we going down here. Hold up, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Hold up. 1 second. All right. So now we reading. We still on the same page. I mean the same chapter. It says we now need to look more closely at the process by which price allocate scarce resources that have alternate uses. The situation where the consumer wants product A and don't want product B is the simplest example of how prices lead to efficiency and the use of scarce resources. But prices are equally important and more common and more complex situations where consumers want both A and B as well as many other things, some of which require the same ingredients in their production. For example, consumers not only want cheese, they also want ice cream and yogurt as well as other products made from milk. How do prices help the economy to determine how much milk should go to each of these products? Mmm, okay. We're gonna reread that. So the question is, how do prices help the economy to determine how much milk should go to each of these products? Because if A and B product both need the same ingredients, right? They're saying how do price help the economy to determine how much milk should go to each product, right? That makes sense. So look, let's keep going. It says, in paying for cheese, ice cream, and yogurt, consumers are in effect also buying indirectly for the milk from which these products are produced. In other words, money that comes in from the sales of these products is what enables the producers to again buy milk to use to continue making their respective products. Ooh, hold up. I'm gonna reread that. It says money that comes in from the sales of these products is what enables the producer to again buy milk to use to continue making their respective products. When the demand for these cheese go up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk that before went into making ice cream or yogurt in order to increase the output of their own product to meet the rising demand. When the cheesemakers demand more milk, this increased demand forces up the price of milk to everyone, including the producers of ice cream and yogurt. As the producers of these other products raise the prices of ice cream and yogurt to cover the higher cost of the milk that goes into them, consumers are likely to buy less of these other dairy products at these higher prices. Bruh, that's so now we know why prices is prices. Oh my god. Cause some of y'all be like, why is this so much? Bruh, it just told us. Oh, it makes sense. Wait, what the fuck? The fuck going on my computer? Bro, we gotta reread this part. We definitely gotta reread the whole thing. Cause what the fuck? Wow. We gonna break it down because I understood it, what he was saying, but like I gotta go over it again. So we talking about resource allocation by prices. We're gonna take our time with this because bro, some of y'all might be mad that I'm taking slow, but like, bruh, understand this shit, right? It say we now need to look more closely at the process by which prices allocate scarce resources that have alternate uses. So we need to look more closely at the process. He's saying we need to look at the process by which prices allocate scarce resources that have alternate many uses. It says the situation where consumers want product A and don't want product B is the simplest example of how prices lead to efficiency in the use of scarce product resources. It say, but prices are equally important and more common and more complex situations. So let's underline that. It says, but prices are equally important in more common and more complex situations. So he's saying prices are equally important in more common and more complex situations. right? It says where consumers, okay, this is the situation he's talking about. He's saying, but prices are equally important in more common and more complex situations. So this situation that I'm about to read is what he's referring to. It says where consumers want both A and B as well as many other products, some of which require the same ingredients in their production. Right there, the same ingredient, right? So that's that complex situation he's talking about, because it got the same ingredients in their production. So this last few part, no, we still got to go. It says same production in their same ingredients in their production. It says, for example, consumers not only want cheese, they also want ice cream and yogurt, as well as other products made from milk. Wait, so milk? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Milk is not good for you. We grew up thinking. Let me not get into that, bro. I always got something to say. All this shit they feed us is bad. Like everything that we've learned, we have to unlearn it because everything we've been told is a lie. You feel me? I don't want to seem like no conspiracy theory, but like I don't believe nothing that I've been taught is true. Personally, me. But anyways, we talking about economics, not me. It says, but prices are equally important in more common and more complex situations where consumers want both A and B product as well as other many things, some of which require the same ingredient in their production. It says, for example, consumers not only want cheese, they also want ice cream and yogurt, as well as other products made from milk. So he says, how do prices help the economy to determine how much milk should go to each of these products? So, how does prices help the economy? So, how is the price helping the economy to determine how much the milk is going to be? It says, in paying for cheese, ice cream, and yogurt, consumers are in effect also buying indirectly for the milk from which these products are produced. It says, in other words, money that comes in from the sales of the products is what enables the producer to again buy milk to use to continue making their respective products. It says when the demand for cheese goes up, this is what I'm talking about. It says when the demand for cheese goes up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk that before went into making ice cream or yogurt. So what does he mean by bid away? Like he said, he says when the demand for cheese goes up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk that before went into making the ice cream and shit. It says when the demand for cheese go up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bind away. All right, so what does bind mean? Let's go there. Oh, bid. That says bid. I'm fried. Okay, we can move on. Sorry about that. All right, it says when the demand for cheese goes up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk. So why are they using their additional revenue to bid away? Why are you bringing money in? I'm confused. Hold up, y'all. All right. So I'm confused right there though. It says when the demand for cheese go up, cheese makers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk that before went into making ice cream or yogurt in order to increase the output of their own product to meet the rising demand. Oh, so they use their additional income to bid away some of the milk. So they did that to match the output of their product to meet the rising demand. Oh, oh. It makes sense. Do it make sense to y'all? Please let me know. It makes sense to me now. But it's key to make sure it makes sense to y'all too. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Oh, all I had to do is keep reading. It didn't make sense at first, but it makes sense. All right, it says when the demand for cheese goes up, cheese makers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk that before went into making ice cream or yogurt in order to increase the output of their own product to meet the rising demand. When the cheese makers demand more, yeah, it says when the cheese makers demand more milk, the increased demand forces, nigga, we know why milk goes up now because the cheese makers is demanding more. Oh, wait, let me make sure. Nigga, now I know what my milk cook. Now, my question is, how do I bring milk down? I need to call these motherfucking cheesemakers to tell them to stop asking for milk. It makes sense, y'all. That's why I said we gotta read, cause it just, I'm, from my understanding, this is what I'm getting. It says when the demand for cheese goes up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk that before went into making ice cream or yogurt in order to increase the output of their own product to meet the rising demand. When cheesemakers, hold up, I gotta make sure it's all correct. When the demand for cheeses go up, cheesemakers use their additional revenue to bid away some of the milk to offer some of the milk that went before into making ice cream. Oh, in order, so they did that. They bid some of the milk that went before into making ice cream and yogurt in order to increase the output of their own product, which is the ice cream yogurt. Oh, because you need the milk to make the ice cream and the cheese. It's, hmm, okay. It says when the cheesemakers demand more milk, this increased demand, forcing up the price of milk to everyone. Everyone, you, me, all my followers, supporters, including the producers of ice cream and yogurt. So it costs more for you and me, and including the producers of ice cream and yogurt. Cause I'm like, I kept thinking in my mind, I didn't say it out loud. Why are they demanding? Why are they bidding for milk? Why do they need milk? But you need milk to make the cheeses. Okay. It says as the we've been on that page for a minute, but you know it's we had to understand. I could not just skip over that because That was a goal right there. So now we know our prices go up. I didn't know this. As y'all can see, my enthusiastic self. As the producers of these other products raise the prices of ice cream and yogurt to cover the higher cost of the milk, because why are they raising the prices of milk and ice cream and yogurt? Because they pay way more for milk to produce that. It says, as the producers of these other products raise the prices of ice cream and yogurt to cover the higher cost of the milk that goes into them, consumers are likely to buy less of these other dairy products at these higher prices. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta tell my mama. I'm putting this in my notes tonight. Oh my God. So I'm gonna ask my, do y'all know why prices go up? Because the producers of this product demanded more of what needed to go into the product. And that, ooh wee. That's what the grandmas be saying. You in trouble. This one of them lies. So now we know why prices go up. Oh, oh. My bad. I just learned something new, bruh. You did too. It says, how will each producer know just how much milk to buy? Obviously, they will only, no, it says, obviously, they will buy only as much milk as will repay its higher costs from the higher prices of these dairy products. If consumers who buy ice cream are not as discouraged by rising prices as consumers, wait, let me reread that. It says, if consumers who buy ice cream are not as discouraged by rising prices as consumers of yogurt are, then very little of the additional milk that goes into making more cheese will come from a reduced production of ice cream, and more will come from a reduced production of yogurt. Okay, 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 that makes sense. So what it's saying, I'm gonna reread it again. It say, how will each producer know just how much milk to buy, right? So how would they know? It says, obviously they will buy only as much milk as will repay its higher cost, right, of the milk from the higher prices of these dairy products, right? It say, if consumers who buy ice cream are not as discouraged by rising prices as consumers of yogurt are, because the yogurt people are more discouraged, then very little of the additional milk that goes into making more cheese will come from a reduced production of ice cream, and more will come from a more reduced production of yogurt, because people don't want the yogurt, right? Because they're discouraged. Mmm. If consumers who buy ice cream are not as discouraged by rising prices as consumers are, then very little of the additional milk that goes in making more cheese will come from a reduced production of ice cream, and more will come from a reduced production of yogurt, because people are more discouraged. It says, what this all means as a general principle is that the price which one producer, wait, it says, what does this all mean as a general principle? Wait, let me slow down. I'm reading too fast. It says, what this all means as a general principle is that the price which one producer is willing to pay for any given ingredient becomes the price that other producers are forced to pay for that same ingredient. That's what he put in black letters, so he for real. I'm gonna reread that because I want to understand it. And you, it say the price which one producer is willing to pay, right, for any given ingredient, right, becomes the price that other producers are forced to pay. Oh, so why? So why? So that's like saying if I pay $5 for this piece of candy, You gotta pay $5 for this piece of candy. Why do I have the authority to do that? It just like why does that one producer have the authority to do that, and it's affecting the other one to be forced to pay this? So that's my question, right? And we're gonna keep reading and see what it say, cause it always explains. So that's my why question. Why? It says the price which one producer is willing to pay for any given ingredient becomes the price that other producers are forced to pay for that same ingredient. So why? It says this applies whether we are talking about the milk that goes into making cheese, ice cream, and yogurt, or we are talking about the wood that goes into making baseball bats, furniture, and paper. If the amount of paper demanded doubles, this means that the demand for wood pulp to make paper goes up. As the price of wood rises in response of this increased demand, that in turn means that the prices of baseball bats and furniture will have to go up in order to cover the higher cost of the wood from which they are made. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. It say the repercussion goes further. As the price of milk rises, dairies have incentives to produce more milk. Mmm. Okay, because the milk people profiting. Oh. See, y'all, this is all a profit game. This is all a system, y'all. Like, we got to get on the right system, though. That's the only thing that matters. It says, as the price of milk rises, dairies have incentives to produce more milk, which can mean buying more cows, which in turn can mean that more cows will be allowed to grow to maturity instead of being slaughtered for meat as calves. Nor do the repercussions stop there. As fewer cows are slaughtered, oh, okay, because that's why. So he's saying cows don't have to be slaughtered anymore because more milk is needed. So if a cow is dead, you can't get no milk, right? It says, nor did the repercussions stop there. Fewer cows are slaughtered, there is less cowhide available, and the prices of baseball gloves can rise because of supply and demand. Such repercussions spread throughout the economy, much as waves spread across a pond when a stone drops into the water. Hey, Thomas, boy. Hey, man. I'm loving it. No McDonald's. I want to underline this because I think this is very important. Which means buy more cows, which in turn can mean that more cows will be allowed to grow to maturity instead of being slaughtered for meat. If fewer cows are slaughtered, there is less cowhide available, and the prices of baseball gloves can rise because of supply and demand. Such repercussions spread through the economy. It says such repercussions spread throughout the economy, much as a wave spread it across a pond when you drop a stone in the water. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I'm loving it. Okay, incremental substitution. That's what we're reading. It says, since scarce resources have alternative uses, right? The value placed on one of these uses, wait, make sure y'all liking this live. Appreciate y'all. It says, since scarce resources have alternative uses, right? The value placed on one of these uses by one individual or company sets the cost that has to be paid by others who want to bid some of their resources away for their own use. From the standpoint of the economy as a whole, this means that resources tend to flow to their most valued uses when there is price competition in the market. All right, hold up. I think it's almost 126, y'all. We're gonna take our time on this book. All right, I just did some goofy ass shit. I was making sure I can hear myself. All right. So it says this means that resources tend to flow to their most valued uses when there is price competition in the marketplace. This does not mean that one is categorically precludes all other uses. On the contrary, adjustments are incremental. Adjustment. What does he mean by that? Adjustments are incremental. Adjustments are incremental. It says only that amount of milk which is as valuable to ice cream consumers or consumers of yogurt as it is to cheese purchases will be used to make ice cream or yogurt. Only that amount of wood which is as valuable to the makers of baseball hats or furniture as it is to the producers of paper will be used to make bats and furniture. Okay, I see where he's going. Oh. Because remember, he said this means that resources tend to flow to their most valued uses. Okay, tic tac toe. That's all it is. Connection. Okay. It says now look at the demand from the consumer standpoint. Right? We in a standpoint now. Let's look from our standpoint. It says whether considering consumers of cheese, ice cream, or yogurt, some will be anxious to have a certain amount. Right? Some will be anxious to have a certain amount. Why is that? That's my question. Why will we be anxious to have a certain amount? It says less anxious to have additional amounts. Why is that? It says, and finally, beyond some point, indifferent to having any more, or even unwillingly to consume any more after becoming, what is that word? I don't know that word. Y'all see, I'm quick to go to Google. Because if I don't know nothing, I'm going to Google it. What is this word? Because I understand what he's saying. Do y'all understand? I want to make sure y'all understand. If I understand, you can understand. Satiate. What does this word mean?
Satiate.
Damn.
Satiate.
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 Satiate. It's like I'm not moving my teeth. Satiate. Satiate. What does this mean? Satisfied. We mean it has been fully satisfied. Okay, let's reread this. So my question is, why would some be anxious? Why would some have certain amounts? Why would we be less anxious to have additional amounts? And finally, beyond some point, indifferent to having any more, or even unwillingly to consume any more after becoming satiated, satisfied. It says the same principle applies when more wood pulp is used to make paper, and the producers and consumers of furniture and baseball hats have to make their incremental adjustments accordingly. Incremental. It says in short, prices coordinate the use of resources. Right? He's saying, moral of the story, prices coordinate the use of resources so that only that amount is used for one thing which is equal in value to what is worth of others. and other uses. It says that way a price coordinated economy does not flood people with cheese to the point where they are sick of it. Oh, mm. It says, oh, mm. It says in short, prices coordinate the use of resources so that only that amount is used for one thing, which is equal in value to what is worth to others and others' use. That way, a price coordinated economy does not flood people with cheese to a point where they are sick of it, while others are crying out in vain for more ice cream and yogurt. I gotta write that word satiated
satiate,
or satiate. So it's basically saying like satiate. Like satiate this. You feel me? Satiate. Satiate. I'm not satiated. That means satisfied. Satiate. So it means fully satisfied. All right. All right. So that's that. We're gonna close out right there. We're not done, y'all. We're gonna still keep going, man, and still learn this economics because it's very imperative that we learn it. I really appreciate y'all for tapping in. You feel me? And learning satiated. You feel me? But nah, I really appreciate y'all tapping in tonight. We back on here tomorrow, and just remember everything I said in the beginning. The first 20 minutes I was talking a lot, but some people need to hear some things. Satiate. All right, then, y'all. I'm off here. Y'all be smooth. You feel me? And continue to learn. You feel me? And continue to be satiated. It's like, now, don't be satisfied with nothing. Keep going. It's more.